Good morning. In this video, we will analyze a very important topic discussed in the column Kerala Education. The column Kerala Education and the video is giving introduction to the contents discussed in Kerala Education attached below this video. The link, which is in English, and the videos, both English and Malayalam. Along with that, the video discussing the very same topic in Malayalam is also attached along with this video. So let's get into that topic. It's about the campus politics and how we can tackle it only through a legal intervention, because that is where the issue starts and that is where the issue ends. To unite, to fight for the rights is a constitutional right, it's a human right. To organize, to protest, it's something that is fundamental and it's something that is in the genes of man, which has given prominence in each and every constitution. Each and every constitution means where all countries where there is a written constitution. And India has adopted all the good things from all constitutions. So to organize, to unite, to fight for the rights, to fight for dignity has nothing to do but to be under a political patronage, to be guided by a political patronage. You can be political, you can be non-political. There is a believer in every atheist, and there is an atheist in every believer. One who questions the very existence of the very same which he believes. And in the very same way, to be affiliated to a political party is not a must. To be political, to be active, to be engaging, and to be able to fight for the rights. And that is where Kerala, which is renowned for its supreme social structure, which invests heavily in primary education and primary health. Kerala's politics and campus politics closely associated. Rather, one is a feeding ground to the other. So, political parties would always vote for political parties in the campus. And they talk about human rights, and they talk about the rights, they talk about students need to be aware, need to be vigilant, and need to be social citizens. And for that, they think that there need to be a political party. And that is where the issue starts. The first thing is an 18-year-old, one who enters a college, is the one who has the right to vote. The one who has the right to vote is one who owns his decision. And that is where the first thing lies. It is his choice whether to be part of a political party. And it's his choice to protest. And it is his right to not go along with a protest in his campus. His or her campus. His in the sense that one who actively participates in those physical struggles, one who kind of is physical violence, not physical struggle. Physical violence is mainly man. So it is this student for whose right this political party is bargaining. Is talking about a person who is not affiliated to any political party, who want to sit in the class, who want to attend the whole day, who has his own problems, who doesn't want to leave the class, is being forced out of the class just because a political party is having a protest, is conducting a protest. So that is the first thing, that is the first conflict of interest. It's not a conflict, it's a conflict of ideology. Political parties is talking about rights of an individual. Here, the right is violated. She wants to stay in the class, but she is forced to get out of the class. That is where the first issue starts. And the second issue is, it is actually a mockery of Kerala's education system. when politicians talk about needing political parties, the need of political parties for a student to be vibrant, to be engaging, to be responsible. That is first stupid thing. There is a very democratic police and legal system in Kerala, and an educated 18-year-old, an educated in the sense that he is past the secondary level, he can file a complaint. He knows how to file a complaint, and if he thinks he can address the issue without going to the authorities, he can organize the students around it. He can organize students. The political party is not a must there. That is the second thing. In these two things, the ideas or the theory propagated by politicians is absolutely nullified. To be politically active means to be political. That is the first false notion. Second thing is the right to attend protest, the right to leave the class. The right of a student to not go along with the protest is also a right. That right is violated. This is the two basic things. And this is where we are going to address, because since the political parties, the cultural icons in Kerala who are complete slave to the political ideologies, the political class, you can't expect them to get into a fruitful debate. But you have to understand that this is destroying the entire education scenario in Kerala. One of the most transparently recruited, now that too is under the scanner with the kind of incidents happening with the communist sympathizers crowding the Kerala's education scene. Still, it is a transparent one, and this transparent one is awaiting students because people are leaving, not because of the quality of education that is provided, not because there is lack of quality in the education we provide, but because of this non-professional nature. I don't want to leave the class, but I am forced to leave the class. Especially science graduates. So this kind of happenings, the only way is to take a legal course. There is an 18-year-old who is asking an 18-year-old to leave the class, and she is telling that I don't want to leave the class, but she is forced to leave the class. And then she files a complaint, or she directly go to the court. She's directly going to the court saying that she is being denied her right to attend the class. And this right to education, this is a right to education. It's a personal freedom. It's a right to be live education. It's a right to be where you are, and you are being dislocated. You are being forced to dislocate from the place where you are occupying by force, by compulsion. So that is a case filed, and the one who has asked him to leave the class, maybe 5 or 6 student union leaders, they are all above 18 for sure. It's college, and this 18-year-old is going to face a punishment. He is a major, she is a major, and she is going to face the punishment. Now this is a different ballgame. It's about fundamental right being denied, and this is the first thing you have to address. This is the first thing you have to do. This is a way to tackle. Right to freedom of education has to be denied, because political protests conducted in Kerala's campus, at least last 3 or 4 decades, at least 2 or 3 decades, has hardly anything to do with the conduct of the campus. It couldn't address anything related to ragging. It couldn't address anything related to incompetence in the administrative level. It couldn't address anything related to security, safety, hygiene of the campus. It is solely political issues which is way beyond their grasp. Even the student leaders who are taking part in this project, they doesn't know the reason. The problem is that an easy access that politicians have in this college campus through these dummies, the dummy political, these student activists, these student protesters. That is where the second issue comes. The first issue is legally addressing it, taking it as an infringement on the right of a student to learn, to attend the class. And the second thing is allowing police to enter the campus. That is where the second issue lies. The sanctity attached to police not entering campus, that has to go, because they are supposed to keep the law and order. They know the campus, they know the rights, they know how to tackle it, and they are dealing with majors, people who are above the age of 18. And people who are above the age of 18 doesn't need to have any special sanction as a student, because student is something, a right is a right provided to them to be what they are in the future. They have concession in the name of bus tickets, all these things. But when they conduct an offense, when they do an offense, when they violate rights of some others, when they take away a piece of an entire atmosphere, they have to be handled by law, because they are grown-up majors who have to face the actions. It's an issue between 18-year-old people who are above the age of 18 taking law into their hands and destroying the peace of someone else. They are asking someone to leave the class. They are asking to shut down the campus. They are calling loudly that today there won't be any class in this campus. This kind of nuisance, this kind of complete anarchy has to be destroyed. And two ways is legal protection, and second is allowing police to take over. There are some challenges, but still it is pragmatic. If the experts, not politicians, if the experts, educational experts, legal experts, police experts, if they come close and analyze the scenario and come up with some adjustments to make sure that this is in place, we will have a different atmosphere in Kerala. Because there is a kind of anarchy being spread, there is a kind of incompetency being spread, or rumor, or there's kind of thoughts going around that there is kind of lack of professionalism, lack of competency going around Kerala campus. Lots of politicization. Something that has to be addressed. Of course, there is a far more transparent, far more socially superior education system in Kerala, but that has to be retained, and that could be retained only by making sure that politics, that has to be addressed. There is no space for politicization. There is space for only education, and this education is creative, engaging, and socially conscious. A socially conscious person is one who is willing to take up challenges, one who is aware of her rights, and her rights is protected by law and police. That is the crux. Let's peace prevail, let's common sense prevail, and let pragmatism prevail. Thank you.